It was just like out of a James Bond movie. This person literally wearing a trench coat and dark sunglasses in the building sidles up to me and introduces himself and opens up his jacket and takes out this airline ticket and shows it to me. And he says, "You want to go to the Himalayas?"
As soon as I landed at the airport, the acting Prime Minister was also there, and he quietly took me on the back of the plane and he said, "Captain Kohli, we have a very important mission for you. You have to leave for the States immediately."
Kohli had just led a successful expedition to the summit of Everest.
I'm a mountaineer. I went as a mountaineering expedition leader.
Prior to that time, I don't believe that the United States climbing community really worked at all with the Indians and vice versa. China was emerging. They just had exploded a nuclear device. We had no way to monitor them.
I think it was a giant concern of both the countries, and they felt that they should do something together. Those days there were no satellites, and it was very difficult to find out about the sites from where the ballistic missiles were being fired.
The original idea was to place these listening devices at the top of high peaks.
The idea was to not only climb Nanda Devi and Nanda Kot, but also put something there which Government of India felt it would be good for them, and so I did a national patriotic job.
We had the advantage of being flown into the sanctuary by helicopter, and it just came out of nowhere. This beautiful ice and rock peak that just rose up and just spectacularly dominated the area. It was, for somebody who climbs mountains, it was just beautiful to see it for the first time.
The nuclear scientists were there, coming to our base camp many times. They brought the plutonium capsules. They loaded in front of me.
Well, the capsules were about this long and the size of a finger in diameter. The fuel cells, the plutonium fuel cells. And there were about a dozen of them inside the generator. It was warm, and it was a scary thing because you knew it was radioactive.
We went to Nanda Devi. We put the sensor almost below the summit.
The plutonium power generator was left behind because the weather was turning bad. The monsoons were coming, heavy snows. We had to leave. The generator was then lashed securely to a rock buttress at Camp 4.
We came back to Delhi with the hope that we'll go next year to pick up the threads, pick up the sensor from last camp, and then take it to the top. We were in for a shock. When we reached there was no sensor.
A huge avalanche came down and wiped off that section of the mountain, and the generator was lost.
The Americans told us that millions of Indians will die if we don't find the generator, because the plutonium capsules, if they leak into the Ganga water, it will pollute the entire Ganges and killing millions of Indians.
And so the CIA was left trying to explain this to the Indian government when the information leaked out. It was difficult.
And the whole of 1966, we were searching.
There were at least 4 trips. We searched that side of the mountain thoroughly.
A lot of equipment was brought.
We did use a Geiger counter, which went across the bottom of the glacier, looking for radioactivity. We did find a few false positives when the Geiger counter went shooting off, and we were anxious. We thought we found it, and we dug, and we didn't find anything.
A lot of efforts happened. We didn't find it.